Hi everyone, Mike here, KMRD Radio Stuff. Just out for a hike in the woods. I've had a rather emotional and painful and depressing last few days. Still really depressed. So it's been raining here. That's not why I'm depressed. I haven't been able to get out to the parks in a few days. And don't really have much of an agenda with this video other than to just bring you along. I got about a 2.5 mile hike to where I'm going. It takes about 40 minutes usually for me. And got the 705, I've got the KM4 ACK NFED half wave. And yeah, get on the air, kind of try and find a happy place. Life's been a little rough lately. Nothing to do with work or anything, or the lack of work. The YouTube channel's doing well, and I'm very grateful to all of you guys that watch and subscribe and support the Patreon or Super Chats or whatever, because this is what I'm doing full time. This is my job, and I'm loving it. But being out here in Texas all alone is kind of starting to take a toll as far as just my mental health. So I have to apply myself to get out and try and meet people and try and just branch out. I'm very emotional these last few days over a girl, of course. It's always about a girl. And you think one thing's gonna happen and then it doesn't. You want the same thing, but you want it two different ways. And that's not healthy. So that's been really eating me up inside. I know you're used to seeing me as a more happy, chipper person, but that's just not where my head's at right now. So being out in the park, being out in nature, the fresh air, the sun's peeking through every now and again, so that's nice, is just a good way to kind of distract yourself for a while, kind of just lose yourself in it, as it were. So I'll I don't know, periodically show some pretty things, I guess, and get on the air. It's Friday, August 17th, and yeah, that's what I got right now. So I'll show you where I'm headed. I parked right here, and my earlier rant was walking down here, and now we're there. So I'm gonna walk all the way down this trail here, and there's a nice lookout right here, so I'll show you that, and I'll show you anything else pretty along the way. And we're gonna come around, there's a little river here you gotta go over, so you go down and then back around. And this is where the dam is right here. And that is where my little Forrest Gump bench is. So we'll set up the NFED half wave and get on the air when we get there. This is a really pretty trail. I hike this one a lot. There's a lot of these, a little bridge right now that goes over a kind of a dry stream bed right now. But you know, you just get out, enjoy nature. Way back in the distance there, that's the lake. It's kind of the beginning of the lake there. And one thing I really like about Texas is just, it really reminds me of my home state of Florida in terms of just the trees and the really big, super barky pine trees. Like that. Definitely not like that in Michigan. I don't know, there's just something about it. Maybe it just brings me back to my childhood. But it's nice. It's even the ground is similar. It's really sandy, much like it is in Florida. I mean, Florida's pretty much just a swamp. But it's just nice. These trees are stupid tall. There's nobody out here right now. It's about 12:15 on a Friday. So it's just kind of nice to be one with nature and enjoy life. And don't forget to look up sometimes. These cool vines going up this tree. It's pretty. This is a pretty little kind of mini trail that just goes down by the water. I did an activation down here once, just sat on the ground with the 705 propped up against the tree with the backpack. But you can come down here with the happy little trees. There's usually a lot of fish jumping out here. Look at these turtles on that log. One of them just jumped in. Turtle. That's a big turtle right there. You know, you always hear runners talking about getting like a running high or something like that. It's kind of what hiking these last couple weeks has really kind of shown me. There's just a drive, a determination to just keep pushing forward. At least for me, there is anyway. You know, it's like, what's around the next turn? I want to know. So I've hiked almost every single trail in this park now, other than a couple small ones that don't really loop back around. Or, you know, you basically have to walk up the trail and then back, kind of like what I'm doing now, but they're shorter. I like these longer hikes. And it's good for my mental health, but really the bigger reason I've started going on these hikes is just freaking exercise. I've gained a bit of weight since losing my job because I'm just sitting at home editing videos and not being very active. So I've already lost quite a few pounds. Probably, I don't know, I think about 7 pounds, I think. So, you know, I'm doing on average, this will be a 5-mile hike today, so that's about 500 calories. Trying to eat better, just healthier, you know, chicken, potato, something, you know, with nothing on it. Sweet potatoes I like a lot. And I don't know, I think it's starting to show. I've got a ways to go, but yeah, I mean that helps make you feel better, and you can be a little more positive about yourself. So love bugs, making love. So that's always nice. This species of variform has been extinct since the Cretaceous period. I couldn't help it. So when I first moved down here to Texas, and I did my first Parks on the Air activation, I took the G90 Go box and just kind of went off into the woods. With no real plan other than just find a place I could operate. Everyone in the comments is like, so one, I got about 1,000 welcome to Texas comments, which is really awesome because people here are actually really cool and very welcoming, so that's cool. But then the other comments were like, watch out for rattlesnakes and copperheads, one of those wild boar, basically all kinds of things that want to kill you here. Haven't seen any boar, haven't seen any rattlesnakes. I love snakes, so I'm kind of disappointed that I haven't seen any. I did see a coral snake, so that was pretty cool. Those are pretty good and deadly. I feel I've seen a copperhead. I'm not too familiar with what copperhead looks like, but I think it's probably about five or so feet long and kind of brownish, kind of gray brown, like the color a root in the ground, kind of like those. And all of these kind of just blended in with the trees. But he scurried off real quick, or she. I didn't get a chance to get that familiar with it. And then as I was taking this same trail I'm on right now, but a little bit more up ahead, I saw a little baby garter snake just sitting in the middle of the trail. I stopped to look at him for a minute and said hello. He could care less that I was there. He just chilled. So I just carried on my way, and he carried on his way. He's just getting a little sunbathing in. And yeah, so I'm still waiting for the rattlesnakes to show up, because I've never seen a rattlesnake in person. I think that'd be kind of neat. I've had snakes, I've held snakes, you know, I'm comfortable, very comfortable around them. And I'm not a very smart man, but I'm smart enough to know to keep my distance from them. But I don't know, I think they're cool creatures. So one of these days. So this is the part of the trail that's kind of a trail and kind of not. This is like a service road part, but right around this corner here up ahead, there's a nice vantage point. We're gonna be on the lake in a second, and I'll show you that. It's really pretty, but we've still got about a mile to go before we get to where we're going. So there's where we just came from. The trail actually starts right there. It kind of forks. But first time I came out here, I couldn't really see what was up here. I knew a trail was left. I didn't know what was right, so I went right. You know, sometimes get off the beaten path a little bit and see what's out here. And it's actually this really pretty, just kind of wide open area. There's a picnic bench over there that has not been mowed around. So this is actually the first place I was thinking of operating from the first time I hiked this trail. But I didn't bring a mast with me. I was going to throw a line over a tree. But these trees are too high for that, so I ended up finding a different location. But this does connect back to the trail if I keep going forward. But this is what I wanted to show you. You just get this nice, beautiful scenery of the lake. This is a pretty long lake. I think it's probably about 2 miles long that way, at least. Shoot, now it's probably closer to 3. So we're gonna head behind that bench is where the trail connects back up. Here's the dam, and there's kind of a stream that goes back here, so I'm gonna hike all the way back there, come back up through these woods. There was a guy just walking across there. That was a good idea, but I want a longer hike in. And then from there to those tree lines, from there to that tree line is where we're going. That's about a half mile, just this dam part right here. So that's where we're going. Here's the bridge coming over the little stream here, crossing over to the other side, so we can start heading back towards the dam. It's really pretty to look at.
55 minutes. Distance 2.01 miles.
Thank you. There's usually some little minnows and stuff swimming around there. Haven't seen much other life, no turtles or snakes or anything, but it's just really peaceful. So we're a little over half a mile to our destination. Got a little split in the trail here. So if we turn right, which would be that way, that's the direction we're going. Down there, we'll get up to the dam. And behind us, this trail is where I came when I did the 1010's QRP antenna review, and I kind of snuck in from the back of the park. This is the trail that I ended up on. Many different ways. What is the name of this trail? Chinquapin, however you say that. That's the name of the trail. It does a really big loop around here, but there's a lot of, it branches off into many different arteries, I suppose you could say. We're almost there. Up that little hill, and we're on the dam. And here we are. Almost. Still got another, I think it's about 0.48 miles, just straight shot across this, but right there is where we were a couple minutes ago, and it's just really pretty here. I really like this particular stretch. Just being able to walk along the water. In case you haven't noticed, most of my videos or activations are I try to be by the water. It's just very soothing, and you know, while the goal, the end result is to get on the air with all this hiking, I really wanted to more just show kind of the journey along the way through the trails, because it's so gorgeous, and I love being out here. So, you know, portable radio is my passion, obviously, but just like every other facet of ham radio, there's so many other things that come along with it, and being out here in nature and you know, kind of getting there is half of the journey. All right, we are here. We made it safely. No rattlesnakes, unfortunately. Got the 705 in the backpack. Love that. Thank you, Don. N5 SKT. Really appreciate that. Got the KM4 ACK NFED half wave, and I actually just used the doingy that wraps around this to keep the wire all tight together, to wrap it around the tree here to hold it. And just using some RG316. And you guys have seen this setup before. Love this Soda Beams wire going up to the Soda Beams mast there. I'm gonna get on the air. And I just want to thank y'all for being here. I don't really know what the point of this video is, other than I just needed to express my feelings, I suppose. I don't know. They say time wounds all heals, and I know that. It just sucks because I'm not the most patient person in the world, and yeah. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me, if you've actually made it this far in this video, through my rambling, incoherent jibber jabber. You know, I appreciate it. Appreciate you sticking it out with me. So, yeah, the next one will be happier. But at least you got to walk through the trails with me a little bit. That's kind of what I wanted to show, but just had to get some stuff off my chest. And being that I have known to talk to in Texas, I have all 15,700 of you guys or so that subscribe. So that's what's up. So anyway, thanks for watching another episode, and we'll see you next time. 73.